Hello and welcome everybody to Driversroom Festival of Speed, otherwise known as DRFS. We are here in Australia at the famous Bathurst Circuit, Mount Panorama. It is all the same. This is round number 6. After this one, only 2 more rounds left to go until we are finished with another great season of Driversroom Festival of Speed. But let's not wait any longer and go through the grid order of today's race. In first place we have Sir Bottle Job. Alongside him we have Lionessi. Then in third place we have DJ Rice, with in fourth place The Robber's Dog. Fifth place is for Flapjack, and sixth is for RJ Cool. Seventh for MS Too Fast for you, and eighth is for Mr. Sean. Then ninth is for MJ Mercer, and in last place we have Mickey. That is it for the grid order of today's race. Let's see what this race will bring us. And it's lights out and away we go. Not the greatest start for the Robber's Dog, and Lioness is already up the inside of Sir Bottle Job and takes the lead into turn 1. But it's not over yet. There will be a little drag race already up to turn 2. But I think Lioness with the higher top speed will come out on top as they head into turn 2 now for the first time of probably many. DJ Rice now in third place, RJ Cool in fourth, with Flapjack now in fifth. Robber's Dog in 7, not having the greatest of starts. Got off the line not too quick. Might have compensated some of the other drivers. Ooh, Sebo Job looking very racy at the moment. Through the dipper they go, and I think they all come out good, except for MS Too Fast, who has already picked up some damage. So he is already falling behind. Now coming up to the chase. Lioness, he pulled a bit of a gap to Sir Bottle Job. And DJ Rice is actually sticking fairly close to the top 2. As RJ Cool now has dropped from 4th place to 6th, I believe. Yes. This now is the end of lap 1. There MJ Mercer on the inside of Mickey, but Mickey with the better traction goes past MJ Mercer up into 7th place. And the Robber's Dog, what happened to the Robber's Dog? Up to the chase. Ooh, gets onto the grass, just that tiny amount, and there we could also see that RJ Cool did the same thing. Not so great for retro racing, as now the Robber's Dog is quite a while behind the rest of the field. Oh, as Lioness, he goes wide on the exit of turn 1. He can keep it out of the barriers just, but loses 2 places in the process, and maybe even a third one. No, not really. Still setting a purple Sector 1, that's interesting. But now it is Sir Bollajub who leads at the start of lap number 2. And MS2 Fast not having the best of times. What happened here? Oh, just getting too close to the barrier, and that has lost him a lot of time and picked up some damage, and I can imagine he won't be feeling too happy now. Ooh, as Bollajub catches a big slide. You can see how much DJ Rice caught up to him. Oh, Flapjack, not the greatest run out of the dipper. Just manages to stay in front of Mr. Sean though. Robosdog and MS2 was clearly not having the best of starts to races. MS2 Fast having a tough time, and just the Robosdog a silly mistake as Sir Bollajub also puts a wheel onto the grass, and with the grass here in Australia it's pretty easy to spin out if you get too much tire on the grass. DJ Rice setting the fast lap of the race on lap 2 at 2 minute 9.6. As he now goes for an overtake into turn 2, but Sir Bollajub brakes later, maybe a bit too late, as he scrapes the tire barriers. Luckily didn't get caught in it, but he does drop down to second place. Mr. Sean in 4th, Flapjack in 5th, so Mr. Sean capitalizing on a mistake by Flapjack. RJ Cool still in 6th, Mickey in 7th, and Joe Mercer is now behind the Robosdog. And MS2 Fast is in 10th. DJ Rice now in the lead with Sir Bollajub. Ooh, getting it all sorts of wrong. Getting a 1.5 second penalty probably for corner cutting. And has now lost another position. So Bollajub, by virtue of his own mistakes, has now lost 2 positions in 1 lap. As they are now nearing the end of lap number 2, or lap number 3, excuse me. And Joe Mercer has made a mistake. Oh, I didn't mean to pause it. But again, a mistake from one of the drivers. Bathurst really taking its toll, it seems. And Mr. Sean probably made a mistake or something, because he's now behind Flapjack again. So it's a bit back and forth between the two of them. But RJ Cool is now catching up to that same Mr. Sean. And he might be looking to get a overtake in at the end of the lap. Coming to the chase, as they now are on top of the mountain. It's now only downhill from this point on. Oh, as Mr. Sean goes into the grass, can keep it out of the barriers as well. Does get a corner cut warning or a penalty. Interesting. Luckily he didn't lose that much time, still kept his position. As now we see in the background there Mickey with the Roberts dog fairly close behind. Is the Roberts dog able to send one? I think he's too far away. Big lift off through the right hand kink. As he now ends lap number 4. Yellow flag, it is DJ Rice, it seems. What happened there? Just... oh, he braked way too late. And Sir Bollerjob also got caught in it. Luckily for Sir Bollerjob, he didn't get the worst of it. It was mostly DJ Rice who also got damaged now. And that will hurt him through this section of the circuit. Robertson still behind Mickey. Oh, as MJ Mercer goes way too hot into turn 2. I think you can really see who likes racing around Bathurst and who doesn't. Oh, as Flapjack gets a bit out of shape at the dipper. Not his most favorite corner, that's for sure. Let's see what the top speed is. 296, 299. Oh, a very big lift from DJ Rice. 288 I think his max was, so about the same. MS Tuvast has now gotten a 1 second penalty, and his top speed is 299, so almost 300 kilometers an hour. For MJ Mercer, I would imagine around about the same. 281 that was. But now Linesi is back into the lead with Sir Bollerjob in second place. DJ Rice is in third. with the Flapjack in 4th place. Then Mr. Sean is in 5th, RJ Cool in 6th, Robstock in 7th, Mickey in 8th, MS Too Fast in 9th, and M. John Mercer in 10th. And I noticed that the Robstock has been able to get past Mickey last lap. Now on board with Flapjack through the steep downhill section. As behind him we can see Mr. Sean. Is Mr. Sean close enough to go for a move? It seems like he is fairly close. He is well in the slipstream, but lifts off. He doesn't want to go past. He just waits his time. With Flapjack not getting the best run out of the corner. Now up to the final corner. Mr. Sean still behind the Flapjack. But for how much longer, as Mr. Sean gets a better drive out of the final corner than Flapjack does. But it is still Mr. Sean who is behind Flapjack. Maybe into turn 2 with a bit of slipstream. Pulls out to the inside. There's not really much space there. Can he stop it in time? Yes, he can. That was a very close one for Mr. Sean. Flapjack taking the most optimum line, or I guess not the most optimum, because he got himself a penalty for track limits. And now in the background the Roberts Dog is getting closer and closer. RJ Cool dropped down to 8th place, and I'm not sure why. MS2 was pulling into the pits. I think he is gonna retire from this race. Everybody should be able to make it to the end of the race. So a pit stop is not mandatory. Flapjack still in front of Mr. Sean. But be aware of the Roberts Dog. Roberts Dog is trying to gain some of that lost ground from his lap 1 accident. Ooh, as Flapjack goes too deep into the final corner, and that will cost him 2 places in one go. Mr. Sean made him go defensive into the final corner, and Flapjack overshot his braking point, unfortunately. Lioness is still in the lead with the fastest lap of the race so far last time round, a 2 minute 8.994. So just dipping into the 2 minutes 8 seconds. His lead has grown significantly over Subbottle Job in second, and DJ Rice actually not too far behind of Subbottle Job. Then we have Mr. Sean in 4th place, Roberts Dog in 5th, and Flapjack in 6th. Mickey is in 7th place with RJ Cool in 8th, Mercer in 9th, and MS2 Fast has retired in the pits, so that's why he's still in the pits there. This is a somewhat interesting circuit, Bathurst, in Australia, because it has some top speed sections like this one, which is the biggest one of them all. But it also got some tight twists and turns, but if you go too much on the downforce side, on the aero side, then you will lose out massively on the straights. If you don't go with too much downforce, then you will lose much time on top of the mountain. So tuning wise, it is a difficult option or a difficult choice, or you need to be very good at your tuning and know which tuning setup is the most balanced for your liking. As we saw that RJ Cool set his personal best lap of the race so far, a 2 minute 11.299, and Joe Mercer doing a semi good job. I mean, he's still racing, not everybody can say that, but yes, it's clearly that MJ Mercer is having a difficult time. 2:15 last time round, whilst the Roberts Dog is Roberts Dog? What? Why the Lioness is doing 2.9s, 2.95, so 5.5 seconds quicker per lap than MJ Mercer. Mr. Sean still keeping the Roberts Dog at bay. Roberts Dog still flashing his lights. I wonder why. As Lioness, he starts lap number 10. Will probably be 14 laps as it seems, because 2 minute 10s per lap. That would give him 5 more laps including this one, so yes, indeed 14 laps left to go. Maybe for Mercer 5 more laps left to go including this one, so 14 laps in total. So, but maybe for MJ Mercer might only complete 13. But it will be still Lioness who holds the leads with some margin. As we are near the end of the race already, with only 9 minutes plus minus left to go, probably plus. The only real battle on track right now is with Mr. Sean and the Roberts Dog. Roberts Dog going almost 2/3 of a second quicker than his personal best, which he set last lap, a 2 minute 10.7. He can maybe dip into the 2 minute 9s. That would be a great achievement for him. Is he in the slipstream? That is the question. think he might just be still 6/10 up on his best. Only 3 more corners left to go. Getting that apex, getting also the second apex, and now he's much closer to Mr. Sean than he was before. Tried to go around the outside, doesn't quite work there at the final corner. Lost him some time probably, but still a personal best lap from the Roberts dog. That sun on his bonnet or hood, I'm not sure which is the proper English one, is definitely a bit annoying as a driver. Ooh, Mr. Sean going a bit wide, and there comes the Roberts dog. Roberts dog trying around the outside. Sorry, camera mock-up. And the Roberts dog is through into 4th place. At least for now. Maybe Mr. Sean can get him back and retake that 4th place. Oh, and there was 300 kilometers an hour. First time I have seen it reached today by DJ Rice. Just barely though, because he had to lift off for that right hand kink at the chase. But it was 300 kilometers an hour, you can't deny that. As we have 3 more laps of racing action here in the sun. Roberts dog 7/10 quicker last lap than Mr. Sean, but that's obvious because he overtook him. And Mr. Sean had some minor incidents which led actually to the pass for 4th place. Flapjack meanwhile has dropped back a bit, doing steady 2 minute 14s. Last lap was quicker than that, 2 minute 13. But that is getting him closer to Mickey and RJ Cool behind. Only 5 minutes left to go on the clock, including the final lap. So let's ride on board with Lionessi for the penultimate lap. As you can see, just a clear stretch of road in front of him. Slight hill, nothing major. Braking just off the 150-meter board. Hooking it up to the inside, getting onto the curb slightly. traction out, one downshift and then a second one to get really up to the mountain. Ooh, bit of a wobble at the top of the mountain. Now down the mountain he goes, almost 5 tenths down on his personal best, which is the fastest lap of the race in its entirety. Not that it really matters though, because he hasn't been chased by someone for the last couple of laps. And here you can get a real sense of speed. Just the tarmac sliding underneath you. Oh, it's 302 kilometers an hour by Lioness. New fastest time or fastest speed, whatever. There's no real trophy out of it, but it's just a bit of a thrill to see it happen. Mr. Sean still close to the Robbersdorp. Robbersdorp also reaching 300 kilometers an hour, but he is now below 10% of fuel with only one lap remaining. He should be able to make it, but he has to be careful. Mickey also below 10% of fuel, as Flapjack has now gone down to 8th place. So surely something happened in the last lap. 16 seconds down on his personal best. Think something might have happened on the mountain, although I'm not sure. I think John Mercer is only gonna complete this one lap. So actually Mercer might win because he's the first one to cross the finish line. Haha. Only problem is that he is not on the lead lap, as Linus is now really pushing 2.5 tenths up on his personal best. Now into the Falcon turn. One last turn before the big straight. Trying to put the power down as quickly as possible. He is 1/3 of a second up on his best lap time. On the final lap of the race, there is the final lap sign flashing. Mercer will cross the finish line about now, but it will be all for Linessy rounding the final corner and take a stellar victory. The blinkers of happiness are on. He's flashing his lights with a fastest lap of the race to add to it. 2 minutes 8.669. So Bolo Job gets second place. Good job by him as well, with DJ Rice claiming the final podium position with a 3rd place finish. Then the Robbersdorp fought his way back up after being in last place at the end of lap 1. He takes 4th place. Very well done, sir. Then Mr. Sean will take 5th place, also a good result for him. In 6th place will be RJ Cool. Running the final corner now. Also not having the most easy of races, but still taking home a P6. Mickey then takes home P7, and Flapjack on the grass, just laying down in the sun. Thought the race was over. Not yet, mate. One corner left to go. And Flapjack will take P8. Also a bit unfortunate for him, difficult race for him as well, as that just sums it up. Wow. But yeah, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe for plenty more of this same content. And comment down below who you think will be the championship winner of the second season of 2022 in the Cobra. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But until next week, we'll see you guys then for some more Driversroom Festival of Speed. Until then, goodbye.